Alright, so in this video, I'm going to discuss 5 permanent residencies or residencies that you can obtain pretty quickly. A lot of people have run out of patience. They keep asking, hey, what can I get pretty quick? I want something fast in 10 to 15 days. I want to have a residency. I'm sick and tired of spending too much time. And that is where I'm going to talk about 5 options that you can kickstart like right now, and which are fairly straightforward and simple. Different options are going to suit different people. You don't have to get all 5, but when you listen to these options, you can pick and choose what works for you. Towards the end of the video, I'm also going to list a couple of my favorite options. They don't necessarily take 10 to 15 days. They take up to 3 months, but they are worth its weight in gold. They have a lot of advantages. So make sure you stick through till the end. But before we jump into this all exciting topic, please do me a favor, check your subscription. And if you aren't subscribed, then turn on that subscription. It really doesn't cost anything, but it really helps this channel. It helps us grow. It helps me get you more valuable content. So take a moment and turn on that subscription. Now let's deep dive into this exciting topic. Now the first residency on this list is the Oman option, 15 to 20 days, and we can secure this entire procedure. Oman has several ways of obtaining the residency, and we are assisting our clients with multiple ways. The first way is you purchase a property in Oman, and this property doesn't need to be of a certain value. You can purchase a property of any value. Now, of course, if it is a higher valued property, then obviously you have more advantages. You're going to get a 5-year or a 10-year residency. If it's lower than the threshold, then you get a 2 years residency, and that's a lifetime renewable, so you can keep renewing that option in Oman. The second option is the easiest and the fastest option, which is through company formation. We create your company in Oman, and for taxation you're looking at 3%, and then 3% for the corporate taxes, and then 5% VAT, right? And VAT is only applicable, the VAT is only applicable if you're generating real income, but that's what you're looking at from a tax perspective. And because of this company formation, electronically we get your residency visa issued for you through immigration, and all of this takes around 15 days. Once you have the visa in hand, you can travel freely to Oman, so you don't have to worry about going to any embassies or any consulates. This is electronically issued. Once you land in Oman, we help you convert that visa into a residency card for a couple of years, right? And this is indefinitely lifetime renewable every 2-year period. We obviously partner with you on any future renewals and stuff like that. So Oman is one of the most popular options. The reason why people go for Oman is because it's a less chaotic place as compared to some of its neighbors. It's on the budget, it's cheaper. So if you're looking for a cheaper residency permit and you don't know if you want to immediately start using this, but you want to have this option in the GCC, then I think Oman really ticks a lot of boxes for a lot of people. The second residency on this list is its neighbor, which is UAE. The Dubai Golden Visa is an option, but not everyone wants to park that much money. Here you're looking for something quick and dirty, and that's where the Dubai company formation or the UAE company formation comes into play. This works really very identical to the previous option, which is the Oman option, where we create a free zone company for you in Dubai. Of course, we can create a mainland company also, but if you don't need a mainland company, then you're looking at paying 0% taxes till 2030. So for the next 5 years, you're paying 0 taxes. After that, we got to check what they come up with. If they introduce the 9% taxation, then things change. But for now, obviously, you're looking at 0% taxes with the Dubai company formation. We open the company for you based on whatever your activity is. And then after that, obviously, there's the electronic visa issuance process. So we apply for you on your behalf. We get the electronic visa, and once you obviously have that, then you travel to the UAE, and then we help you convert that visa into a residency card. This whole process takes around 15 to 25 days, and mostly everything is handled remotely, except the fact that you'll physically come there and collect your card, and then you can leave. So that's the second option. The third option on this list is the Paraguay residency. Now, before, it used to be, in my opinion, more complicated, where you had to open up a bank account, deposit 5K in that bank account, and then obviously opening up the bank account as a set of tasks. Closing the bank account could be a pain. Withdrawing that 5K again is a pain. So now you don't have to do any of that. All you need is your documentation ready, which is your standard stuff: police certificate, birth certificate, passport, your bank statements, and that's it. There's no other qualifying criteria that you're looking for. And the time frame is the magic. Only 2 days with us. Our attorney takes you to immigration. So let's say you do a flight to Asuncion, you land, you meet our attorney, we go to the immigration office, we spend the 2 days in Paraguay, 2 to 3 days maximum, and you can leave. And then after 25 to 35 days approximately, the immigration will issue your residency card. Either it's temporary or permanent, depends upon what you are interested in, but that residency card is issued to the attorney. The attorney will then collect it and mail it to your home location. So that's how fast Paraguay works. Of course, now if you're looking for the cedula or if you're looking for the tax ID, you might have to do another trip in future when you want to collect those documents. But if you're not really trying to use Paraguay as your tax residency immediately, then you can simply collect your residency card or it can be mailed to you remotely. The number 4 option on this list literally happens in 35-40 minutes with us is the Mexican, temporary or permanent. You can get either or depending upon your situation, depending upon your qualifying criteria, and this is through the bank balance. You show some bank balance and you qualify, and if you don't have the right bank balance, then you simply show your monthly earnings and then you can qualify. Once you qualify, you may or may not require a visa. There's a big misconception that every single person has to get a visa in order to then get the residency from Mexico. That's absolutely not true. There's no donation, there's no golden visa, none of that. And this passport, the Mexican citizenship, in my opinion, is more powerful than the Canadian or the American citizenship because of the APEC full membership that Mexico has. So you have tremendous advantages. Before you land, we obviously make sure the application is ready, all the documentation is in order. We get your date with INM, we set up your appointments ahead of time. So the two categories of people. One is through the investment route. You need to get a visa. So initially you'll be obtaining a visa from your home country. Now that may add a few days to the time frame. Not a lot, but certain countries you can get this visa on the same day, maybe the next day, and then you fly to Mexico, and then we can work with you to get the card from the immigration office. Do all your applications ahead of time, submit your application, get your date, and then that way you can obtain your residency card from inside Mexico in simply 45 to 50 minutes. So that's how fast you can strike Mexico. And the second category of people in Mexico do not require a visa. They can simply enter Mexico and get the card directly from inside Mexico. So it all depends upon what category you fit under, and then accordingly you can strike this benefit depending upon your category. All the heavy lifting is done ahead of your arrival, and once you arrive, you simply do your biometrics, photograph, autograph, get the card, and then off you go from Mexico. So that's a very super convenient option. Literally a day could be wrapped up for you. So that's the 4th option. The 5th option is one of the fastest options. And who is this good for? Someone who wants to just get a placeholder permanent residency. If shit hits the fan and you got to escape legally, right? So you want to have at least something sitting in the background. You're not looking to actively exercise it. Although the country has zero taxes, flat zero taxes, you're not worried about any taxation even if you use it as a tax base, but most people aren't going to be using this as a tax base. But let's say if times are not right and you got to escape legally, legal getaway, then Vanuatu PR is a 5-day to 10-day process for most nationalities, and we get this done for you 100% remote, get it shipped to your home locations. You're sitting at home, you're simply sharing a few documents, and then in 5 to 10 days the permanent residency is printed, it's readied, and it's shipped to whichever country, whichever location you're sitting at. So you get physical delivery, and then you have this in your back pocket. And then, as I said, when shit hits the fan, you remove it from the back pocket, exercise on it, you go there. And Vanuatu has some beautiful places where you can safely and securely stay there for whatever time you need. The only consideration with Vanuatu is that it's a bit remote, so you're catching multiple flights, and there's natural calamities like hurricanes and stuff like that, so you got to obviously keep track of those things. And even with the natural calamities, if you're picking the right resorts in the right locations, you should be okay. Now let's get to the bonus of this video, right? The most important part, which is the bonus category. Here the first one is my personal favorite that I would like to talk about, is the Mauritius permanent residency. There's an option to get a residency 100% remote, and this is really a visa, the premium category, where The entire procedure can be done sitting at home, and we obviously, our attorney takes care of the logistics. If you want to meet our attorney and have not heard from her, you can take a look at this video. Here we talk about all the categories, but this is a visa. But if you're looking for a solid stake in the ground, you want to plant your flag in this country, then there's a direct permanent residency, which most of our clients are interested in. And here, if you're over the age of 50, you directly qualify. You can directly become a retiree and grab this permanent residency. But let's say you're trying to reduce your taxes, you're looking at 0 to 3% corporate tax and literally 0% personal tax, then you can choose Mauritius. You can do a company formation. There's a special category which is a GBC, a global business corporation, so that'll let you do your transactions outside but run them through the Mauritian entity, so you're safe and secure. And then the 0 to 3% taxes is what you would be looking at. And if you're drawing dividends, then of course you're not looking at any personal income tax. You don't have to do the Dubai, you don't have to do the Oman, you don't have to deal with foreign languages. Mauritius is an English speaking country, so it's going to check that box for most people watching. It also is a French speaking country, so people who come from France or any of the French speaking countries. And we take care of the GBC formation, your tax liabilities, right? You need a tax expert, a CPA, so we assign someone for the next couple of years, year over year renewable, or every couple of years renewable, so you're secure with your tax situation. And at the same time, of course, you want your residency, so we take care of that as well with our legal, so you're safe and secure when you're doing Mauritius. This is one of the most popular options with us. And finally, the EU permit in 15 days that a lot of people don't know about is the Latvia golden visa. The investment threshold is the lowest in the European Union. It is the cheapest golden visa, where you're putting 50K either in your own business. If you're putting this money in your own business, you're looking at paying business taxes, so obviously it has to be a legit business. The easier option is to work with a partner business, and we have 5 or 6 companies that we have shortlisted. They can't be over the top, they can't be the rock bottom, they have to be medium-sized companies that fit the legal threshold of what they're looking for, and they obviously are paying taxes. They have a steady, stable track record of paying taxes. So you're keeping the 50K, you're investing the 50K capital with these companies, and these are euros, 50K euros. And once your capital is safe and secure with this company, if you're willing to keep it for 5 years, which you should anyways, because your status will, at least you'll want to keep that for 5 years, they're going to pay you interest. So your money is not just safe and secure, but you're also earning interest on that money. So you're paying really for any expenses that you're incurring along the way. So 50K in the business, and the state fee, the golden visa fee, is only 10,000 euros, which I believe is peanuts for an EU permit. And the beauty, the magic of this visa is that you don't need a visa to enter Latvia. If you have a visa free or some other way of getting into the EU, in 15 days, our attorney can manage the entire process. So you have an EU permit, so you have absolute Schengen mobility in the interim. And let's say you want to become a citizen in future, an EU citizen in future, once you have the passport, then you have unlimited mobility rights, unlimited rights to live anywhere in EU. So I always feel having an EU passport is worth its weight in gold. You don't want to necessarily be a tax resident of EU. You want to have an EU passport, and there are options to secure an EU passport without being a tax resident at any point in time. You want to get started with any of these options, right? This is what we specialize in: speed, accuracy, and getting the right permits for you. You can always click the link, book a call, we can have that discussion and immediately get you started with whichever option that works best for you. A lot of my clients actually go for 2 or 3 options at the same time. It really satisfies multiple use cases, so we can do that as well. Now, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed, and catch you in the next one.